Well now, haven't we gone all modern? The Gardaí, our fine men and women in blue, are trying out these newfangled body cameras. It's all very high-tech, but sure, isn't it a bit like giving a toddler a whistle? Great for a bit of noise, but will it actually achieve anything?
Our fearless leader, Garda Commissioner Drew Harris, seems to think so. He's been full of praise for these cameras, claiming they'll bring a new level of transparency and accountability to the force. But he's not naive, oh no. He's also issued a stern warning to any rogue Gardaí thinking of using them for a bit of mischief. Misuse, he says, will be met with the full force of the law up to and including dismissal. He's not messing around, so he's not.
Of course, some lads are probably sweating a bit under their high-vis jackets right now. After all, it's not easy being on your best behavior when you're used to a bit of creative policing, shall we say. But hey, maybe this is just what the doctor ordered. A little bit of digital accountability to keep everyone on the straight and narrow.
Now I know what you're thinking. Will these cameras actually make a difference? Well, let me tell you about the hooligans in Kuluk. They were running riot, the lot of them, causing mayhem and general mischief. But then, the cameras came out, and suddenly everyone remembered their manners. It was like a scene from The Quiet Man, except instead of John Wayne sorting things out, it was a little lens and a microphone. The footage from those cameras, I hear, was instrumental in identifying the ringleaders and restoring order to the streets. So there you have it. Proof positive that these little gadgets can be a force for good. Of course, not everyone's convinced. Some folks reckon these cameras are an invasion of privacy. They're worried about the Gardaí having too much power, watching our every move. And sure, I can see their point. But look, if you're not up to anything dodgy, you've got nothing to worry about, have you? Now, I'm all for a bit of law and order, but even I have to admit the thought of Big Brother watching my every move is a bit unnerving. And let's be honest, the Gardaí haven't exactly covered themselves in glory when it comes to matters of privacy and data protection, have they? Remember that time they lost all those tapes? Or that other time when they accidentally shared confidential information with the wrong people? Not exactly confidence-inspiring, is it? So it's no surprise that people are a bit wary of giving them even more power.
The powers that be assure us that there are strict rules in place to protect our privacy. All the footage will be stored securely, they say, and only accessed when absolutely necessary. But sure, we've heard that one before, haven't we?
Trust, but verify and maybe record it. Now, I'm not saying the Gardaí are a bunch of untrustworthy Egypts, but a healthy dose of skepticism never hurt anyone, am I right?
After all, these are the same folks who gave us the lost tape scandal and the data protection debacle of 2023. Not exactly a stellar track record, is it?
So what's the solution? Well, for starters, we need clear guidelines on how these cameras are used. When can they be turned on? Who has access to the footage, and how long will it be stored? These are all questions that need to be answered, and answered clearly.
And it can't just be the Gardaí setting the rules. We need independent oversight, someone to keep an eye on things and make sure everything's above board. Think of it like a referee in a hurling match. They're there to make sure everyone's playing by the rules and that no one's taking any cheap shots.
A pint of accountability, please, so there you have it. Body cameras, a double-edged sword, if ever there was one. On the one hand, they have the potential to improve transparency and accountability within the Gardaí. On the other hand, they also have the potential to be misused and erode our privacy even further.
It's a tricky situation, no doubt about it. But if we're going to make this work, we need to proceed with caution. We need clear rules, independent oversight, and a healthy dose of skepticism.
And maybe, just maybe, a pint of Guinness or two to help us through it all. Slaint!